A forgotten corner of rural America, there stands a house people only speak about in hushed tones, a house abandoned for over 20 years. But abandoned does not mean empty. Tonight, you and we step inside the Amen house together. When I first arrived, the ground felt colder than the air. The grass around the house didn't move, even though the wind was strong. And strangely, there were no birds, no insects. Nothing alive dared to stay near the property. The front porch groaned under my feet like it hadn't been touched in decades. But the moment I reached out to touch the doorknob, the front door opened on its own. Not fast, not violently, but slowly, as if someone on the other side was welcoming me. The hallway inside stretched long and narrow, lined with peeling wallpaper and dusty frames. My footsteps echoed strangely, not forward, but behind me, as if someone was walking only half a second later. A cold breath swept across my ear. I turned, expecting someone, but behind me was only darkness. The deeper I walked, the more the house seemed to change subtly. Walls pulsed like veins. Wooden floorboards rose and fell gently, almost like the house itself was breathing. Inhale, exhale, slow, deep. A picture frame suddenly fell from the wall, shattering loudly. The moment the glass broke, the lights flickered violently, on and off, as if trying to warn me, leave while you can. But I didn't, and I should have. I reached a narrow corridor where the air felt heavy. Dust particles floated everywhere, but none of them landed on my skin. It was like the house rejected my presence. A door to my right slowly cracked open, revealing a small living room. The furniture was old and moldy, but arranged neatly as if someone had been there recently. On a dusty couch, a single doll sat upright, its head slowly tilted toward me, though I never touched it. A whisper drifted through the air. "Don't come closer." But the voice was not threatening. It sounded pleading. The basement door at the end of the hallway slammed open. A long staircase descended into darkness. Cold mist rolled upward like smoke escaping a fire. My legs moved on their own, as if something pulled me forward. Each step downward grew colder. My breath turned white. My heartbeat echoed loudly, too loudly. It felt like the house was listening to it, feeding on it. At the bottom was a large room filled with old tools, broken shelves, and walls stained with dark streaks. The air was so heavy I could barely inhale. Then I saw her. A woman-shaped silhouette stood in the far corner, motionless, partially hidden in the shadows. Her hair floated as if underwater. Her arms hung unnaturally long. Her face was pale, empty, but her eyes, glowing faint white, were fixed on me. She didn't walk toward me. She drifted silently, her feet never touching the ground. The closer she came, the colder the room grew, until my fingers turned numb. A deep, echoing voice whispered from the walls, "She is not dead. She is trapped." Suddenly, every tool on the walls began to rattle. Chains swung violently, wooden planks snapped and flew across the room. A metal pipe clanged against the floor. The ghost woman, Amen, raised her hand slowly, and the basement lights shattered one by one, plunging the room into darkness. Something grabbed my ankle, something cold, something strong. I kicked violently and broke free, scrambling up the stairs. But when I reached the top, the hallway was not the hallway I came from. It was longer, much longer, and each light flickered in a rhythm that matched a heartbeat. The walls pulsed faster now. The floorboards bent upward like ribs. The entire house felt alive, alive and angry. Doors slammed shut behind me. Windows locked themselves. The house didn't want me to leave. Amen appeared again at the far end of the stretching hallway. Her head tilted slowly, unnaturally. Her mouth opened wide, too wide, and a distorted voice poured out, "This is my home, and now you are part of it." The floor beneath me cracked open. Black mist crawled over my feet. The walls closed in, narrowing, squeezing, breathing faster, faster, like the house was swallowing me. But then A single window burst open, letting in a violent gust of wind that knocked me backward. I ran. I didn't look behind me. The front door appeared suddenly, something that wasn't there seconds ago. I burst outside, falling onto the cold ground. The moment I touched the earth, the entire house went silent. No lights, no movement, no breathing, just stillness. But in the top window, she stood there, watching, waiting, her pale hand against the glass, her eyes unmoving. And I realized something terrifying. The house did not try to kill